Yo, what's going on, guys? So, today we are going to talk all things Luke Cage, baby. The new Netflix show that just came out, and I may have a spoiler or two in here, so if you haven't seen the show already, get the fuck out of here. If you have seen it, get the fuck back in here. Let's have a talk. Before I get into the nitty-gritty and the nuts and bolts of the bulletproof man from Harlem, we're going to talk about some of the controversy circling this show. First of all, I don't get into these kind of discussions over social media because I don't think people act right over social media. I will talk about big issues all day long in real life, but over social media, I try to keep things fun, try to keep things positive, motivational, all that good stuff, right? That being said, I have seen a lot of negativity about the show Luke Cage, people calling it liberal nonsense, people calling it black propaganda, people calling it a whole slew of things that, frankly, it isn't, alright? I watched all 13 episodes. I never once felt like somebody was trying to push an agenda on me. I just felt like it was written by people who were trying to convey a real-life issue in a superhero world, okay? They talk about police brutality, they talk about violence, they talk about they talk about issues that are going on in Harlem, which is a predominantly black neighborhood of New York, okay? And Luke Cage, being a black superhero, deals with these issues because he lives in freaking Harlem, alright? It doesn't ever come off to me as them pushing an agenda. Maybe I'm just some nice dummy and I don't notice it. But the fact of the matter is, this show is portraying a positive superhero as a role model. A guy who isn't all dark and violent and gritty. A guy who is somebody you could actually look up to. He knows his history. He's responsible. He's got morals. I just feel like it sucks that people out there are trying to find something like that to point out about a show like this. Because on the other tip, there's like 80,000 white superheroes and like 7 black ones, alright? And I know there's more than 7, I'm saying that sarcastically, but the fact is, there aren't that many awesome black superheroes out there. So to me, the fact that they got this, they did this, and they did it right, is enough of a reason to stop with all that political bullshit and just enjoy it for what it is. I never felt like they were pushing an agenda. And honestly, it's like, is Daredevil pushing a white agenda because he's a white... Is he pushing a blind agenda? Is it a handicapped agenda? It's like, you could find that shit about anything. You could say Civil War is promoting an agenda. There's so much shit you can find if you're looking for it. You need to just enjoy the shit, alright? Enjoy it. It's a damn good show. It has great actors. It's fun. It's got a soundtrack that is out of this world, alright? If you like hip-hop and R&B, the soundtrack of this show alone is worth watching it for. But, and actually on that tip, Wu-Tang up the ass in this show, and I fucking love it because Wu-Tang is one of my favorite. But the show, I mean, the first episode, you got Raphael Sadiq singing a fucking R&B song, and it's awesome. The soundtrack's fantastic. They really nail the feel that they're going for with this show. And it's different from Jessica Jones. It's different from Daredevil. It's tonally different, but it keeps in with that real, gritty, kind of centralized feeling where they're making it feel like you're in the real world, and this shit is really going on. It's not like Civil War or the Avengers where it feels like it's a fantasy. This stuff really does feel real, and they nail that right on the head. The question is, though, is it better than Daredevil? Is it better than Jessica Jones? And the other question is does it hold up with the Netflix run of TV shows they've done recently? Is it better than Daredevil? No. Is it better than Jessica Jones? This is total opinion, yes. It's only because I felt like Jessica Jones dragged a lot. I still think it was a fantastic show, and they nailed what they were going for, but it was tonally, or I'm sorry, not tonally, but the pace was a little bit too slow for my liking. Luke Cage, on the other hand, the pace is pretty damn fast. They get into shit real quick. They handle things quick. That is its strength and its weakness. I feel like the show rushes some plot points. It rushes some character development. Now, the Luke Cage character development is done wonderfully. They do a really good job of talking about why he is the way he is, who he was before. But the real standout of this show is the character Misty Knight. The actress plays her fucking phenomenally, but it's not only that. they really give her a lot to work with. As a police detective, she goes through different shifts throughout the show. She transforms multiple times dealing with different things that are going on in the real world today. I mean, for an African-American female police officer to be dealing with her own inner rage where she doles out some police brutality when she's not supposed to, that to me is like, wow, like, unbelievable that they'd go that route, and just screams to me again that there is no agenda, because if there was an agenda, the white police would be the ones doing the police brutality, wouldn't they? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Mike Colter as Luke Cage nailed it in Jessica Jones, takes it up another 10 levels with this. Dude kills it. He owns every fucking scene. The guy who plays Cottonmouth, I felt like I was watching Denzel in Training Day. Who the fuck's Training Dale? Training Day. I love the laugh. The laugh this guy nails when he does some fucked up shit, or when somebody crosses him and he has that Denzel kind of that laugh. It's like, even when he does screwed up shit, you're like in it with him. It's messed up and it makes you question who you are inside as a person, but you really are just feeling this dude. The guy who plays Diamondback I thought was awesome as well. Didn't like him as much as Cottonmouth. Spoiler alert, Diamondback makes it, Cottonmouth doesn't, and they get rid of Cottonmouth halfway through the season, and when it happens, you're a little bit let down. You're like, man, dude, I really like this guy. Diamondback carries it as a villain, but the last fight, which is basically like you're watching Rocky V, they end up in a street fight at the end of the last episode, or actually it's in the beginning of the last episode of the series. Pretty disappointing, to be honest. It's not that great. It's rushed. They do some rushed storytelling, intercutting with the fight, and it just, could have been better. It doesn't end on the high note that the rest of the show was on. So, that being said, my grade for this show is a solid B. I do not think it's as good as Daredevil. I've often said Daredevil's the best superhero adaptation of all time across all medium, DC, Marvel, everything. It's a B, though. I think Luke Cage is a fun time. There is no fucking agenda. Watch it. Have fun with it. It's a great hero. And it's a good setup for what's to come. The Easter eggs are crazy in this show. They drop so many names, and if you're a comic book or movie fan, you are going to be smiling so much in this show. I mean, there were multiple times my wife was watching me watch it, and I had just this dumb-ass smile on my face, because I was like, oh my god, they said Frank Castle. Like, it's just cool that they do this so well with intertwining the universe and keep on bringing it back that all these people live in the same universe, you know. So that is it, guys. Please let me know what you think. Comment on this. Let's have a discussion about all things Luke Cage, not politics. But if you say something, maybe I'll just thank you and move on. Anyway, Luke Cage, solid B, alright? Talk to you later. Peace.